Today here at saferwholesale.com, what we're going to do is assemble the MVP VIP scooter for sale from saferwholesale.com. When you get it, you're going to receive it in the crate, and you're going to have to take it out of the crate. And right now, as you can see, it's still sitting here in the very, very bottom of the crate. And what you're going to want to do first and foremost, is put it on a crate, a milk crate. Makes the job very, very easy, much easier if you if you put it on a crate. So first off, we're going to talk about the tools that are needed. You're going to need a 10mm socket, a 12mm socket, a 14mm socket, a 17mm wrench, a Phillips, and a flathead screwdriver. So we do have an impact gun here. A drill makes it a little bit easier. You can obviously use hand tools if needed, if you don't have those tools. Before we get started here, I want to talk about the battery and as far as when you start riding the scooter. Okay, so first off, when you ride the scooter, you always want to change the oil. 10W30 oil is what you want to use, and you always want to change it within the first 30 to 40 minutes of riding. That way it's broken in correctly, and that way you can get the maximum amount of speed out of your scooter. So next we'll talk about the battery. The battery here, the negative terminal is already connected. Simply what you have to do is connect your positive right here. You got your screw right there. So that's very, very simple. And then you have your plate that simply screws on right over it. As far as the VIN number, one other thing I just want to discuss, it's right here. It says VIN actually on the actual front plate there, and it's underneath that piece of plastic there. It's a little bit hard to see in the video here, but that's exactly where it is. And so there you have it. Very, very simple. On the VIN number, we can get you the title, the MSO, no problem. So what we're gonna do here, first things first, we're gonna mount the handlebars. Now, keep in mind, everything's intact. You already have your brakes on your left-hand side and your right-hand side. Everything's already connected there. You simply have one nut and bolt that connects the handlebars. Like so, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult to go ahead and get it, all situated. You're gonna line it up, put your bolt through there, like so, and then you have your nut on the back, and then you're gonna tighten that down with the impact. And there you have it. Very, very simple. Next, we're gonna go over the couple different parts that your scooter comes with. You've got your trunk as an option if you went ahead and purchased it. You have your mechanics stand right here. You have your spoiler here. You have your guards. And then you also have your front portion, which is your headlight for the front of the scooter with your nuts and bolts there. You have your little front spoiler fender, and then you also have your rear fender here. So next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna assemble the front tire. So disc brake here, you're gonna have your other side, which is the bearing right there. We'll go ahead and flip that over. Make sure that your long spacer there is on the side of the disc brake. And you're going to simply slide that in. Put the bolt through, and then you have your speedometer spacer, which is used as a spacer. And again, as you can see how easy this is with the front end of the scooter up in the air. If you don't have a milk crate, I wouldn't even suggest attempting. It's just too difficult. As you can see, there's still a little bit of force that needs to be put into putting the front tire on there. So again, that's what you're gonna do. You put that through there. You've got your impact here, and what size is that?
14 millimeter.
That's a 14 millimeter. Get that through, you're gonna use your wrench. And what size nut?
17 millimeter.
17 millimeter, there we go. Impact wrench. There we go. Front tire is good and on, assembled, ready to go. Next, what are we gonna assemble?
Front fender on.
We will go ahead and put on the front fender. As you can see, like so, you have your, on the fender here, it goes right around those forks in the front there. Your 2 bolts come with it. For the left side, 2 for the right. And what size is this?
10 millimeter.
10 millimeter. You're gonna simply tighten those down as well. Very, very easy. Front fender complete. Next, we'll go ahead and put on your handlebar guards. 2 screws per side. Simply screw them on right here. The top and the bottom. And follow the same pattern for the other side. Next, we're gonna put on the spoiler in the rear. And again, very, very simple, easy to assemble with this support video. We can create support videos for any other scooter that you need. If you have any questions, just ask. Always, always, always make sure that the seat is in the upwards position. Makes it very, very simple. Much, much easier to go ahead and assemble the rear spoiler here. And again, if you purchase the trunk, that would be that actually attaches to this rear spoiler. So you're gonna wanna line them all up, hand tighten them. And again, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to go ahead and get them all aligned and in there. But once you do, it's very, very simple to go ahead and tighten them down. And this size socket is the
12 millimeter.
It's a 12 millimeter. Tighten that down, very, very fast and easy. Next, we're going to show you how to assemble the trunk and attach the trunk if you went ahead and purchased that. So what it comes with, as you can see here, this is exactly how it comes from out of the crate. Unscrew those. So once you go ahead and get the everything aligned here, what you're going to do is you're going to put the one bolt through there, get all your bolts through, and then you have your spacer, essentially is what it is. And this is exactly how it goes. You're going to tighten like so. Right down with the wrench, and then there you have it. That's pretty simple to do there. So now that you've seen that, That makes life a lot easier there. Next, we're going to show you the mirrors, and those are very, very simple to assemble as well. You have your mirror there, you've got your hole where you simply screw it down. There you go, your boot by the windshield, and then down here, you could tighten with a wrench as well. And then you're gonna follow the same pattern on the side right there. Next, we're gonna put on the front headlight assembly. So you're gonna find your color-coded, you've got white, blue, and black. Plug those in. And then you have to go ahead and kind of assemble, push forward. And sometimes this creates a little bit of an issue too. Sometimes takes a couple seconds. Line everything up, and there you go. And then what you're gonna do is take your bolt. You have one center bolt. And what size is that?
10 millimeter.
That's your 10 millimeter. Find your spot in there. So sometimes what you're gonna have to do is you may have to take a little bit of a wrench here and bend it just a tad. So go ahead and get that aligned correctly before putting it on. And then you're gonna go ahead and tighten your bolt there. And as you can see, we're tightening it with a regular manual socket. You don't want to use your drill because you'll crack the plastic. And there you go. And again, you're gonna have to line up the plastic a little bit here on the front. Put your screws in. And there you go. One on each side. Screw that in. And there you have it. So that's your left and right hand side. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to put on the rear spoiler. This is your rear fender. So again, this is going to connect, and you've got your little screws there. And then they screw on. Right there in the back. And you're gonna do that on the left-hand side, the right-hand side of the scooter. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get around some of the pieces on the scooter. And there you have it, that's the rear fender there. And lastly, we've got the front fender, which is right here, just a little piece of plastic.